Okay, it's 9:01, so I'm just going to jump right into it. The last year has been a really telling sign for the doctors of how my body is going to handle the infusions, what direction my progress is going, and things that we need to adjust to give me the tools that I need to accomplish my goals that I have for my life, and to be elevating that quality of life as much as possible. The good news is my heart is very strong. That's great. That is incredible news based off of the test that I had to do. I think I told you guys I had a tilt table test to make sure that my heart was okay, and we have also done ultrasound and everything like that. The not so great news is that there is something going on where my non-voluntary muscles are now impacted. Usually goes hand in hand with a lot of major chronic illnesses. Therefore, my weakness as far as the MG goes, obviously I am progressing, and my infusions are going from every 6 weeks to every 5 weeks, on top of oral suppression medications, emergency medications, and an extended release medication that we just started. It seems like a lot, I know, but we have gotten to the point where I have my list of goals. You know, I'm doing my public speaking. I have several events coming up in the summer. I have a speaking event in September. When I use my energy in those moments, in the speaking events, in conferences, in the Congress, whatever it is, I use everything I have. I pour every ounce of me into what I'm doing. I need a safe space. I need a place for me. And that isn't always readily available. We have had to rent a wheelchair several times. I have had to leave events because I needed to be in bed. I have had to not just go, just not even attend. If it's going to be longer than 4 hours, I basically right now tell people I can't go. Mentally, I could be there. Mentally, I could be there and enjoy it, but I don't have the physical strength to keep my body up. So, there are very specific things that you can get with a wheelchair to help you with the goals that I have. And there's 4 main things that we did. I've already been fitted. I've already gone through the PT eval with the doctors of physical therapy that actually build the wheelchairs. And what happens is my body, the torso muscles, I start bending forward and therefore pushing my diaphragm and my lungs. They don't have as much room to do what they need to do, and it's already hard on me anyway since my diaphragm is so impacted by my illness. So there's something in the seat of the chair. It's called a dump seat, and it rotates the back of the chair and allows the body to be in a lot more relaxed position. When I was doing the PT eval, they had all these chairs lined up and with these different seats in them. And as I was doing it, of course, I was getting fatigued. The whole purpose of the PT eval was to push your limits. So as I'm doing this, you can see my whole face starts drooping, my arm, I lose control of my arm. And so they put me in a chair. I just didn't feel comfortable, and I didn't feel like I was still leaning forward or leaning to the side because I just can't keep my torso up. So when they put me in the second chair that had the dump seat in it and they were able to recline me, immediately my facial color came back. It was easier to breathe. I felt comfortable, and I wasn't standing on my feet shaking, like my legs were physically shaking. This is huge. These little bitty things, these little details that we're doing to build this chair is to give me a place, like I said, when I get off stage, when I get done with the conference, whatever, but I still have to be there. I am in a position, a medical position, I guess is the right word, to allow me to be more efficient with my breathing and to allow my body to relax and regain its strength. And like I said, we spend a lot of money on renting chairs. Good example, a theme park. My Disney people are in here. You understand where I'm going with this. I will do rope drop to close every day of the week. That was before I was diagnosed. Now, when I've been to Disney since being diagnosed, I've had to really alter my schedule, and I miss out on a ton of stuff. And we've ended up renting chairs. I don't know who had the chair last. I don't know if it's been cleaned. I know Disney does a great job. But all these things come into mind, and they don't fit me. They just don't do what my body needs. The chair also has a cooling gel pad in it. And so with MG, you guys know I have my ice vest. This will allow me to be more cool in a seated position. I don't see it as a bad thing. I see this as giving me another tool for my toolbox to achieve my goals and to give me my own safe space. That really is what it boils down to. So again, I'm not going to start out in a wheelchair that day, but as the day progresses, I will have it with me at the end, and it will have places for my oxygen. It will have places for, like I said, the cooling seat that will keep me cooler. Hi, Ben. I'm giving some sensitive updates, but I've got some really great news at the end, so bear with me. So it's there for when I need it, and it is going to be built in a way that is most efficient for me and my needs, and for my body specifically. But here's even the best part. This is like the part that I got really excited about. I got to design the wheelchair to be compatible with a service dog. That is huge. That is, if there was anything in the world that could make this experience be, if it's going to be emotional, then the one good thing that came out of this is I got to choose that my chair is dog compatible. Wheels on the chair will not have the thin spokes. It will have very, very thick spokes. So like four or five. And this is going to help with being clean, less risk of the dog getting entangled, and the pitch of the wheel will also be contoured to accommodate a dog on my left side. So that's going to be really, really cool. The training for Stormy, she won't have to go anywhere because she's already used to having medical equipment, and she's already been with me in a wheelchair at the hospital when I've had to come in and out of the hospital. We already have talked to the trainer, and we can do it virtually. In our driveway, there's 4 specific things to help her adjust to the chair. And she already has the harness for it. We already set that up. She will not be actually pulling the chair. That will be for dog number 2. Because she is not the correct weight to actually pull the chair. That's not her design. She is a scent trained dog. So no matter what, that dog will be a bigger, heavier dog for wheelchair use if I ever have to have the dog actually pull a chair. Now, the chair that I do have that's coming, it's not electric. It's not anything like that. Thank you, Ben. See, this is why you're here. I need help sometimes. My brain just doesn't work well, and that's why I need you guys for me to keep me using the right words. So, dog number 2 is not coming for a while. This is not anything that's happening anytime soon, because that particular dog is going to have to be a dog. We have to watch it grow up before it would be paired with me, because 2 reasons. 1, they're going to have to be able to handle very large conferences and events and be on stage. That is a very special dog. That dog has got to have the demeanor and the personality for it. So we want them to grow up a little bit before that happens. That dog is coming, and that's going to be a little bit more of a process. But Stormy, like I said, she is my scent trained dog, and that, like I said, the wheelchair setup is going to be where she will always be able to be with me. She will not have any risk of being entangled in the wheels. There's going to be actually attachments for if I just need to tie the leash to it. It's called a traffic lead that is shorter. You guys kind of see them in my pictures. It's a bright teal leash that's really short. It's called a traffic lead. That will just connect to it so I can have hands free if I need to grab something off the shelf or if I'm eating at a table. I don't have to sit on the leash. It can just attach to the chair and not worry about it. But that's kind of where we're at. And because of all of this, we decided there's a very specific blood test to see if people who have MG that are under 40, there's an antibody test that you can do to see if you're high risk for ever developing thynoma. A lot of MGers have their thymus taken out. I did not qualify. There is actually someone that I just recently connected with that lives in Alaska that is having that surgery, but I don't qualify for that surgery. So that doesn't mean that it can't ever develop, and that doesn't mean it can't ever happen. But that blood test is a very sensitive test, apparently, that that kind of projects whether or not your likelihood to get thynoma is there. So we did the blood test, and I don't have it. Like, this is huge. There has always been, and I know that it could happen. Like, I'm not saying like that's the be-all, end-all thing. But as much as of a change of my life that's been going on, and all the not so great conversations that we're having at the office and at the doctor's office, and the way my life has just completely gone from a 180 from what I used to do, like, to have that kind of a relief, like, okay, cancer more than likely is going to be off the table. That's huge, guys. That is such a relief to me. Like I said, it doesn't mean it can't ever happen, but the likelihood, because I'm under the age of 40, that could develop because I do have MG, goes way down, like way, way down. So I'm very happy. This whole appointment took place on my birthday when they told me that I was going to need a chair and that it needed to be something that I kept in the car and all this stuff. That all happened, and like I said, I'm not down about it. I feel relief, and I feel like I can do more. I can go to dinner with my parents and my family or my friends at Disney after a long day in the park and not have to be left behind and laying in bed in a room. I can just be there and mentally be present and enjoy my life and not be stuck in bed when I want to be out. Like, that's the whole purpose. So I'm kind of excited that this is coming my way, and that I have the ability to build the chair that I need. And I knew where I forgot to say this. The chair is not electric, but after a couple years, you can get a thing that goes under it that detaches anytime you need it, and it gives you a boost of energy. Like, it becomes, it's not like a motorized chair, but it makes the wheels give you more of a push. Like, if you're going up a ramp, it actually gives you power, and you can control it with your watch. Like, that completely geeks me out. Like, I think that is so, I love technology. Like, I think that is so cool. And who knows, in a couple years, the technology could change again. But the point is, the chair is adaptable. It's super lightweight. It is service dog efficient and adaptable. The cooling seat to keep me cool because I have my ice vest. Like, I'm not going to overheat in the chair. It goes under a table. Like, you're not going to really even know I'm in it until you look from behind me to know that I'm in it. Like, there's so much positive in this. Like, even when I come to Alaska and see all my friends, or I come to California and see all my friends, like I said, I won't probably start out in the day in it. That's not the goal. The goal is not to start out in the chair. It's to be in the car, and it's there when I need it, and it's built for me to help me with my illness, to have the best and most enjoyable day in my life possible. So I'm thrilled. Oh, and I can control the chair. Like, if nobody was with me, I can do it, or someone can push me. So it is a dual compatibility. Like, it's not just one or the other. I have control. My life is too short. I am not going to sit here, and that is why I'm building my toolbox so I can enjoy being with my friends and family. It's not an everyday thing. It's there for when I'm really, really pushing myself and I need a safe place that is fit for my condition and for my dog, because there will always be a service dog connected to my hip. So I'm going to get off here. Bye, friends. Mwah.